Hey everyone, it's Gret, founder of Conscious Working, and it's International Day of Yoga. So here is a little flow for you. Enjoy. Let's get started in easy seated position and take a moment to center in. So lay your hands on your knees gently and shut down the eyes. And bring in attention to your breath. And take a deep breath in. Through the nose, feel the chest expand. And then easy sigh out through the mouth. Let go. Inhale fully. Belly rise, chest expand all the way up to the crown of the head. Pause at the top, roll the shoulders down the back, and then exhale through the mouth. One more just like that, fill up. Really expand, deepest breath of the day. Hold at the top. Open your mouth and exhale. And now let your breath breathe naturally. Even length inhales, even and equal length exhales. Aiming for each breath in to be about 4 to 5 seconds and each breath out to be about 4 to 5 seconds. Finding that natural rhythm. And starting to call in, cultivate the Ujjayi breath, oceanic breath. And now open the eyes. Reach your right arm just by your side, left arm straight up overhead. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hinge over to the right. As you inhale, press the left seat bone down, pull the navel in. And as you exhale, maybe you can look under the left armpit and feel a really nice, generous stretch along the left side body. As you inhale, come all the way back up to center. Both hands touch overhead, reach up. And exhale, left hand plants down on your left side of the hip. Exhale, over to the left. Feeling that stretch across the right intercostal muscles. Your hands just gently on the mat on the left side. And as you inhale, reach. As you exhale, look up under your right armpit. And then come back up to center, both hands up overhead. Big stretch up. Pull the navel in, and then twist to the right. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind your back. Fill up, get straight. And then as you exhale, twist around the core. Inhaling to create length and space along the side body, and exhaling to deepen. Always using and working with our breath in every pose. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Expand the lungs, and then twist. Breathe in to create space. Breathe out to deepen. And then come back to center, hands on the knees, and little cat-cow seated. So as you inhale, look up, arch the spine. Then exhale, pull the navel in, drop the chin towards your chest. Working with your breath, inhale, exhale. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, curve. And then come back to center, roll over your hands and knees, and come to tabletop, and we'll do some cat-cows here. Inhale, look up, roll the shoulders down your back, tailbone up. Exhale, draw the navel in, relax the neck down, look towards your navel. Just starting to move in your own time, matching breath to movement, inhaling to cat, to cow, exhaling to cow. Yeah, if you want to add in some funky cat or funky cow, you do that. You do you. You always do you in yoga. I'm here as your teacher, but almost like the secondary teacher, the assistant teacher. You and your body are your primary teacher. Okay, come back to your tabletop and really get grounded through the hands. So set your hands up using the pointer fingers as your guide, parallel to each other, and then spread all the fingers out from there. Tuck the toes and draw your hips back into downward facing dog. Maybe it's the first down dog of the day. Pedal into your feet. Just starting to wake up through the posterior chain of the body. Maybe a sway from side to side of the hips. And then take a little shorter stance, wider stance, so your feet are as wide as the mat. And you take your left hand, grab the outside of your right ankle. As you inhale, look up under your right armpit, get that twist. Twists are so good for you, twisting out negative energy, negative toxins. And then come back to center, switch sides, left hand, right hand on the outside of the left ankle, and you look under the left armpit. Hands back to center, and walk your hands back towards the back of your mat, wide-legged ragdoll. So feet as wide as the mat, grab opposite hand, opposite wrist, and just have a little sway. If you're doing this first thing in the morning, ragdoll is such a good way to help you wake up. It's like a morning shot, a coffee shot, espresso shot without the caffeine. It's like all that fresh oxygenated blood rushing into the brain. Okay, release the hands down, come up halfway lift. Really treat this as a pose, so get flat back, tuck the chin slightly, bend into the left knee, plant the left hand on the mat and reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Yeah, maybe you can go for your half bind or full bind. The more intense today, the more you bend into the knee, the more intense the pose is, the more intense the stretch is. Always working with your breath. And then come back to center, come up halfway, lengthen out. Switch sides, right hand plants on the mat. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Keep bending into that right knee to have a little bit deeper stretch. And then maybe you go for the bind if you went it on the first side. Come back to center. Grab peace fingers with your big toe, set up halfway, and then bow down. Elbows come out towards the side of your mat, and use the resistance of toes to feet, feet to toes, or fingers even, fingers to toe and toe to fingers, and let that resistance sort of pull the weight of your upper body down towards the mat. So you're aiming to get the crown of the head down towards the mat as the seat bones revolve up. Release the hands, come up halfway. We're going to come down into squat Malasana. So pigeon toe the feet out towards the side and then sink those hips down. Yeah, maybe you want a little bit of movement in that first squat, but not too much. And then just get settled. So you want to press your heels down into earth. Hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And press the knees away from you with the elbows. You keep drawing the Mula Bandha in, the Uddiyana Bandha in, so your pelvic floor lock, the core lock. Draw everything in and up. And then a little bit of movement here. Hands down towards the mat, pigeon toe the feet in. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, squat, sink down. Inhale, fold. Exhale, squat. Breathe in, fold forward. Breathe out, sink down. One more time, breathe in, fold. Gorilla, straight into it. Palms of the hands directly under the soles of the feet. Inhale to set it up. Exhale to deepen into that forward fold. And let the elbows draw towards the back of the mat, and that really gives an opening through the wrists. So much pressure we put on our hands and our wrists, whether it's in yoga or just, sitting at your computers, and it's so good to stretch out the wrists, but also like work into the joints. And keep relaxing the head. Maybe you shake out the head no, nod the head yes. And then release the hands down, and we're going to roll all the way up to standing. Big stretch up over the head. Drop the right hand down and reach over to the right side. So left arm's reaching, reaching, reaching. And then come back up to center. Big stretch up. And exhale over to the left. And keep your ujjayi breath going. Back up to center. Look up towards the fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Halfway lift. Crawl the hands out, high plank. First plank of the day, get really grounded. Heels energized up, biceps spiraling in, triceps spiraling out. Inhale, roll forward on the toes, and as you exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Oscillating Cobra. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, release down, forehead to mat. Inhale, maybe go a little bit higher into your back bend, and then release it all down. One more time, inhale all the way up, high cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then you come back into your downward facing dog and you have this opportunity to reset. You draw all your attention into the center line of your body, getting a sensation of your foundations, hands pressing down and forward, heels pressing down and away. And take a big breath in as you reach the right leg all the way up to the sky. Open the knee, bend the knee, open up to the right side. Maybe have a few circles through the knee, through the hip, and then draw knee to chest, step through, drop the back knee, untuck the toe, crawl the hands up to your right knee. And as you inhale, get long. As you exhale, drive the hips forward. And your right knee can overshoot your right ankle here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, clasp all fingers except pointer finger, Kali Mudra. Exhale, drive the hips forward. Okay, a little bit of a flow. As you exhale, draw the hips back. Maybe your hands can be in the air. They can also be just down beside you. So you have this half split, getting a stretch through the hamstrings. And now hinge forward. Low crescent lunge. A few more. Exhale, draw the hips back. Hamstring stretch. Inhale, bend forward, look up. Final time. Exhale, draw the hips back. And then bend back into your right knee. Untuck the back toes, lift the left knee off the mat. Inhale to reach the right arm up to the side, easy twist. Breathe in, create that length all the way from crown of head to left heel. And exhale, twist around the core a little bit more. Place the right hand back down on the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in, create length as you press the hands down and forward. And as you breathe out, let gravity press the heels down towards the mat. Inhale, reach the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up to the left side. It's like you're stacking hips. Really try to create an opening on the left side of the body. And if you took those circles on the right side, then do the same here. And then as you exhale, draw knee to nose and gently step through. Low crescent lunge, drop the back knee, untuck the right toes, and crawl your hands up to your left knee. Breathe in, create length, drawing crown of the head up, and as you breathe out, you drive the hips forward. It's like you're aiming to get your left thigh towards the mat. Inhale, reach up, clasp all fingers except pointer fingers, Kali Mudra. Exhale, draw the hips forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flow. Hips back, palms up, arms behind you like wings. Inhale, lunge, look up. Exhale, hips back, pull navel in. And you keep flowing with your breath. It's like inhale, drive the hips forward, bend into the left knee. Exhale, press the left heel down as you draw your hips back. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back into your low crescent lunge. Plant the hands. Untuck the back right toes. Lift the right knee off the mat and reach the left hand all the way up towards the sky. Big stretch up to create that easy twist. And the right heel is energized up. And as you breathe in and out, you're twisting around the core, creating length. Plant the left hand back down and step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, expand the lungs, and as you clear the breath out, look forward to your hands and a little jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, stand tall. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades glide down the back. Hop back, step back, jump back. High plank, lower all the way down, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Right side pigeon pose, set up. You glide your right knee towards your right wrist, and then take that little bit of time to set up. And I always like to make sure my hips are square towards the front of the mat, even pressing down through both shins. Inhale, create my length, and then from there, I walk the hands forward and release down into pigeon. Such a nice opportunity to take a little bit of time to shut the eyes, turn your drishti inward, and just start to notice. Notice how this pose feels in your body. Also notice if anything's coming up for you, mentally or emotionally. When we switch sides, crawl the hands back up and transition to the left side through your downward facing dog. Maybe take a little moment just to open up through the hip if you need a little movement, and then raise the right leg, half pigeon on the left side. Left knee draws to left wrist, right foot towards the right wrist. But you do you. You do you. And if you need props, you use props. You maybe put a prop underneath your left seat bone. And once you're set up, crawl your hands forward and come into your reclined half pigeon. And the pigeon's always one of those poses for me that, I have this moment where all of a sudden things start to slow down. And unless I am focused on my foundation, so my drishti, my ujjayi breath, my mind can often get really scattered, or I can find myself starting to think of things, and that running checklist of things that need to get done later on come in. And you know what? That's totally fine. It's the acknowledgement that that's happening. And then I come back to my breath, I come back to those foundations, I come back to sensations of my hands touching down on the mat. Come back to my breath. Okay, inhale, crawl the hands back, swing the back leg around. We're gonna come into double pigeon. I love this for my outer hip. So stack your right shin on top of your left shin. This is too much. You could always have your right shin just in front. If there's a little bit of space, you can put a block or a pillow there. Keep the feet flexed. Inhale. This might be deep enough. Sometimes it's nice to have a little back bend. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more intensity, you could crawl your hands forward. You go to your edge. You do you. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect as long as you're working with your body and listening to what your body's telling you. As you inhale, draw the chest forward. And as you exhale, press the seat bones down so you're creating length through the spine. You get this stretch through the outer hips. And then curl the hands back up. Switch sides. So right shin on the mat, left shin stacked on top of the right. Just getting a moment to set it up. Maybe that's making sure the seat bones are pressing down against the mat. And then go to your edge, go to your depth, your max depth. And I find at different parts of the day, my depth, my edge is different. I'm a little bit tighter in the morning, and actually this pose, double pigeon, has much more of an impact on my body in the morning. Sort of craves it in the morning. And then crawl the hands back up, both feet in front of you, feet flexed, toes fanned out. Keep pressing down through the heels. I want this to be an active forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, look up. And exhale, think about length. Think about reaching as far, far forward as you can. When you can reach no further, then you fold. Always folding from the hips, like a hinge at the hips. And working with the breath. So inhale, reach the chest forward, create space, create length. And then exhale, go a little bit deeper. Inhale, heart forward, chest forward. Exhale, fold. One more time, breathe in, create length. Breathe out, deepen. And then roll yourself all the way back up. Plant your feet hips distance, hands behind your back, tabletop, reverse tabletop. Yeah, maybe you can release the neck back, release the head down, open up through the throat chakra, the throat bandha. Lines of communication. And then lower the hips down and make your way all the way down onto your back. Draw the right knee in, left leg goes long. Inhale to set it up. Exhale to twist, bottom hip and gaze to the right. And soften here. Soften through the abdomen, soften through the belly. And then come back to center, switch sides. Left knee draws all the way in and up towards the chest, towards the armpit. And as you exhale, twist. Bottom hip, gaze towards the left. And start to focus the drishti inward, soften through the whole body. Come back into center. Squeeze both knees in. Anjaneyasana. And as you exhale, Shavasana. Set up for final resting pose. Feet on either side of the mat. Palms, hands on either side of the body with the palms facing upwards, like you're ready to receive. And shut down the eyes. Soften the eyes. Drop the Ujjayi breath. Drop everything. Just be here in stillness for a few moments. Letting the practice do its work. Letting that bit of movement settle into every cell. And sometimes in these moments of stillness that the magic happens, and we need to remember that this pose, this stillness, is just as important as the more active poses. And as always, if you can stay for a minute longer, 2 minutes longer, the longer you stay in your Shavasana, the better. The more impact you'll get from it. And you'll get from your practice. It's like that idea of rest in order to perform. If not, if you don't have any extra time, that's okay too. Just begin to notice your breath. Start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Take a big stretch overhead, full body stretch. Draw the knees into your chest. Roll over to one side. Taking a moment to recalibrate. And then press up to an easy seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Hands at heart center. Get a sense of your seat bones pressing down, getting rooted into earth. And draw the crown of the head up so you have all this length. Ending in gratitude. Gratitude for the practice. Gratitude for time spent on your mat, getting to know you a little bit more. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Draw your thumbs to forehead center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Until next time, have an amazing day. Be here and be well.